Hey there, it's Perry with PapercraftingThreads. Join me today as I make paper flowers with the Paper Florist Die Cuts. Part 1. Let's get started. I'm using the Paper Florist Die Cuts, item number 161284, and choosing 2 of the connected dies as well as some of the single ones for the centers, and throwing in a few leaves as well. Rather than cutting petals and centers and leaves all from different colored cardstock, I'm using Stampin' Up's basic white cardstock. I'm using a blending brush to add Lemon Lolly ink to the basic white cardstock, approximately where the petals are. Using this method, none of the petals look alike, and it adds extra dimension. Each set of 4 petals will make 2 flowers. I'm using boho blue ink for this flower, rubbing excess ink onto a piece of scrap paper first, and concentrating the color towards the base of the petal. All 6 of these petals will go into one flower. I'm sponging just a bit of Pebbled Path ink onto a scrap of Pebbled Path cardstock for the flower centers. Once I have all of the die cuts onto the cardstock, I will run them through the cut and emboss machine. After the first batch is cut, I'll do the petals again, and presto! For flower number 1, I'm going to curl the petals upward, using my bone folder and pulling and curling each petal individually. I have a silicone craft sheet on my work surface so nothing will stick, and I add just a dot of glue on the back side of each petal. I offset the petals of each layer and repeat until all 4 petals are adhered together. Then scrunch up the stamen to give that dimension, and add a mini dimensional on the back for even more dimension. For flower number 2, I start by bending the petals backwards. And again, assemble the flower by adding a drop of glue to the back of each layer. Since this flower is dome-shaped, I'm adding 3 dimensionals stacked on the back to be able to adhere it to my project, and another mini dimensional goes under the stamen. For flower number 3, I'm bending the petals backwards. I curl the paper over and over to break down the fibers. The more you work it, the easier it will be to shape the flower later. And Stampin' Up's basic white cardstock is strong and can handle it. Once all the petals are curled, I'll use liquid glue to shape the petals. Add a dot of liquid glue to one of the tabs and pull the other tab over the top. The petal shape can be made to look different by how far you pull the tab over and where you let the crease naturally fall. Pinch the tabs together and hold for a few seconds. To make the stamen for this flower, I'm wrapping the fringed piece around the barrel of my Take Your Pick tool. Then I add a drop of glue on the first curl and continue wrapping the fringe all the way around itself. I used the barrel on the Take Your Pick tool so I would have a hollow center. Add glue on the tail end and fold around, hold, and pinch. To begin assembly, I chose one of the more upright petals, added a drop of glue on the point, and adhered it to a base. I did the same thing with 2 more petals, placing them in a sort of a triangle. the next set of petals all angle downward, and I place each one behind a pair of upright petals. I place a dimensional on the back of the flower center, crimp the edges, and place it in the middle. I loosen up the edges of my flower stamen with my thumbs, add some glue on the back, and press into the center. Set for 30 seconds and fluff petals as needed. Add assorted leaves with glue dots. This cup-shaped flower kind of reminds me of mallow, and this dome shape looks like a zinnia. I'm not sure what this one is, maybe a clematis or a rose starting to unfurl. Find more inspiration over on my blog at. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye!